prize, because they have a church called the Flower Top, right? In the south, wherein the mom will stand and then the son will deliver the flower charge very passionately, and the mother will cry. It's very emotional. So they really conduct their ceremonies, seriously. And yeah, about the serving in the south, we are planning to do that in several lodges, so we can really at the moment the group is zero. We cannot charge them anything because they're students. But the chapter here is still charged by the Supreme Council. This capitation fee, so we still have to pay it.
For insurance purposes, basically.
Yeah, for insurance purposes and everything. So that's the situation of the chapter. I'm really hoping that because it's already here established. I really hope that it would be successful and help the jurisdiction and help the order as well. So both ways happy. Because I don't see anything wrong that would affect the craft in a negative way. I see all the positive. It's all good, and the teachings are great. 7 cardinal virtues: how to be respectful to parents, prioritize studies, to be a good citizen, leader. Those are the main focus of the DeMolay.
May I just share one more thing? Before, my mom wasn't really a big fan of Freemasonry, so my dad couldn't just attend the meeting. But when I entered Job's Daughters, and then it's really open for parents to see what's happening inside, that's when my mom realized, oh, it's not that bad. Masonry is not that bad. So that's when my dad became a past master and everything else. So I think it's a great way to also introduce your family to...
Was your dad a Mason before you were Joe?
Yeah.
But your mum wouldn't let him go to lodge?
Yes, that's right.
Is it about the sex part?
No. So my dad became a Mason in 1992. I was only 1-year-old then, and then he attends maybe 6 times a year or something like that. But he couldn't really participate as an officer because my mom wouldn't allow it. So when I joined Job's Daughters, that's when he came up the ranks, and came up the ranks he did. So yeah, I think it's a good way to introduce your family to the world of Freemasonry, because I've been surrounded by Freemasons my whole life, but I didn't know that they were like family to us. So I just realized that when I became a Job's Daughter.
Thank you very much.
Richmond, I'm just going to tell you a bit of a historical story related to the question that you asked, Master, about Jacques DeMolay. Jacques DeMolay was the last Grand Master of the Knights Templars. Now, does anyone actually know the story about Jacques DeMolay and a certain thing? I'll just tell you very briefly without boring anyone. But Jacques DeMolay was the last Grand Master and in around the early 14th century, the Pope and the King of France had had enough of the Knights Templars. So they decided they were going to destroy the order. And they made a lot of plans and swooped on all the surviving Knight Templars. And Jacques was the Grand Master at that time. And they swooped on they seized all the property, took all of them, put them in Knight Templars into prison. And they tortured them quite horrendously. And in about 1314, I think it was, they executed Jacques DeMolay. But the important part of this story, which might be of interest, is the day that they actually arrested the Templars. Because it was Friday the 13th, 1307. And that is where the superstition of Friday the 13th comes from. The arrest of the Knight Templars and Jacques DeMolay as the Grand Master. It's always an interesting story. So, yeah, and it's interesting that's the name that they picked for that order, Jacques DeMolay. So, brethren, I hope it's of interesting information.
That's right.
Brother Archie, you mentioned about support, but you didn't elaborate on what support was required.
Worshipful pastor, basically, honestly, any support, even if not monetary, let's say, because every meeting, we always think of what to give the, the voice. It's not necessarily monetary. Monetary is alright, but food or, like the Williamstown and Sunshine, they donated the venue. of my budget.
Brother Archie, what about just lodges having you lot you're here tonight?
Sorry?
Lodges doing what you're doing tonight?
Yeah,
I think Blackburn United, I got it right for a change.
we are
Should be inviting these guys out and have a chat to your boys. And then onwards. And wherever you can go with districts.
yeah.
I got it right this time, didn't I?
Yeah.
Once. Well, even just talking about it amongst our own lodges, brother, I mean, not everyone's crazy enough to be in 7 lodges like I am. But I want to hear from these two boys who've been quiet all night.
Do you have any questions for
The
the...
new Freemason, Brother Alvarez Jr.
Yeah.
So, tell us about your experience about being a DeMolay and becoming an apprentice. About how much you can tell people that you can hear about it.
Come on, I want to hear you.
So the first thing my dad taught me was stand on the side of the room so everyone could see it.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we started back in early last year, but as soon as we started, COVID hit, so we couldn't really do much. So most of the time we held our meetings online over Zoom, and then we practice our rituals. We have our own ritual book.
So you did all that online while COVID was going?
Yeah, most of the time, yes. But then when the pandemic was easing out, we had access to lodges. Yeah, and then we were able to practice and perform our rituals physically in a lodge room. And that's what we've been doing now for the past few months now. And yeah, now we're planning to do the consecration, was it? The installation of offices. And
For the third time, fourth time?
like third time.
Third time.
Yeah. And now we've been doing a bunch of activities, like we've done bunny snags, we've had events, we've done like a Good Friday appeal with Freemasons.
Clean up Australia.
Yeah, Clean Up Australia Day in our local areas and parks. And we're planning to do like an activity calendar. So where we plan to do like fun activities within our chapter, such as like maybe paintball or go karting, like fun activities to spend time and bond with our brothers in the chapter. And yeah, that's about it.
So from the Master
I've
Council.
got one question for you.
Yes.
Were you still surprised when you became an apprentice over being in DeMolay?
Yes, I was like.
So it didn't take away from your experience becoming an apprentice mate?
I was more excited.
So you still had no idea what was coming,
Yeah.
obviously.
You know why, brethren? Because when I joined Freemasonry in Altona, I always bring my family every meeting, and it's his playground, the lodge.
He gave him a first sausage of bread about 10 years ago, this kid. Now he's an apprentice.
Yes, we used to see him there.
Yeah, I used to join my father, like back then I was maybe like 9 or 10 in the lodge room.
Younger, maybe.
Yeah, and now I'm here. So.
And we also hear from the Master Counselor, Ron Colombo.
You got to put on these gowns, you got to say something, boys.
Counselor Tolkien.
Similar to what Miguel said, you know, most of our time, like this past year, and ones who do respond and are active, it's really nice to have them like participate in like the events and activities we had and in the meetings with, I guess, their input and discussion of what activities we need to do in the future and the future of like not the lodge, the chapter itself. Yeah.
So you've got yourselves a worship master, senior warden, for better word. So the rest of the officers follow on. You've got a junior warden, secretary, treasurer.
Yeah.
So what's the secretary tonight?
As well.
Don't scribe. The title.
Secretary couldn't come tonight, or?
No. You know who's the scribe is? The son of Greg Todio.
Oh, there you go. He's busy. So, oh, that's good. So it's basically got the same officers through the lodge.
Tyler is sentinel.
So it's got to teach those guys. So younger people without the. Some people are better at administration. Some people are better at ritual. So they've got that opportunity in DeMolay. Is my question probably. Would that be correct?
Yeah, correct. And that's one of our concern at the moment, the admin side of the chapter. Because we teach them, the procedures of the meeting, that they have to take the minutes and send out summons and agendas and minutes prior to the meeting. Not during the meeting. Should be prior to the meeting. And if the meeting says declared 1 o'clock, it's 1 o'clock on the dot. Or else we might be technical. So we start them at the young age to let them understand the importance of procedures and meetings, administrations.
Is there any special meaning with the uniform you wear, the lanyard, the others?
Should be married.
Yeah, it's the DeMolay uniform we wear to
Every
meetings.
meeting.
Every meeting.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, something said.
All active stations.
It's basically equivalent to the
Regalia, it's only regalia.
So I'm not too old to get one yet, sorry, I look cool.
If you're part of the advisory council, you are.
You get one?
I'm going to take a special note in minutes for that.
Whoever's interested to join the council, or we need extra. The more the better. As long as you're very interested in the order and you know that you have time, you are more than welcome to join us. It's for the boys, it's not for anything else.
Brother Archie, when's the consecration now rescheduled for?
October.
It's going to be
Hopefully,
October.
cross fingers, first Sunday.
First Sunday?
Yeah.
And
And
it's
that's,
open to the public?
Yes. Even the meetings are open to the public. They are allowed. Even the parents of the members sometimes attend the meeting.
So brethren, you can take your granddaughters, you can take your grandkids,
Yeah.
you can take everyone along to
Yeah.
DeMolay.
One time in the meeting, there's a lot of people. I said, who are these people? I was asking the fellow councilor. It's just because their boy is the inner guard. So the whole clan was there watching the boy. There are about 30 people there. Whole clan just watching the inner guard, the boy.
So where's DeMolay strongest now? Philippines? Or
Yeah, it's from the Philippines.
yeah, that's
America.
the strongest point, and America as well, I believe. Yeah.
Brazil.
And Brazil's huge as well. Yeah. So I've heard the Masonic podcast talks. They've had an interview with a couple of DeMolays over the journey in America, and one from Brazil. We had a DeMolay from ex-DeMolay, now Mason, attend the Lodge Endeavour, and he spoke just glowingly of it. So
Is there still a podcast?
no, this is the Masonic life, not the brought to life. That's the American one.
Yeah, but in here, the Bulldog is still having the.
Well, they're on hold. Don't ask me. It's on hold again.
No,
But Masonic Light's still going strong, and they've got a good guest coming up, probably me in September. No, it's just listening to the podcast, and it's been on a lot of the American ones, like the Masonic Light ones. They're a joking one, but it's been on the serious ones as well. They've literally drilled these guys from Brazil and the Philippines going, what's this about? And they've switched their minds and going, this is good for families, good for people.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't have to hear any more from me, my apologies.
Just another thing, we have a meeting this first Saturday this August. You're welcome to come, as all DeMolay meetings are public.
Is it Williamstown or Sunshine? Sunshine.
Fine.
First Saturday.
The meeting will be held at 1 p.m.
Sunshine.
at Sunshine.
Yep, if you're available, feel free to witness the meeting of DeMolay. It's very similar when I first saw it. It's very good.
Sunday the first?
First Saturday of each month.
And what is the dress?
Callaway Boulevard, Sunshine.
Colour inside?
No, what do you wear?
Dress.
For the visitors like us, just normal business,
Smart
casual, smart casual, yeah.
So the first Saturday of August is 7th.
Yep, that would be in Sunshine, and then the next month, the following month would be in Williamstown, Electra Street, number 25 Electra Street, Williamstown.
I'll put that in the summons and I'll send it out to the district attorney.
Thank you.
She smells like she's almost ready.
5 minutes.
Brother Archie, thank you very much for all the release of Brother Rico and all the speakers. Sorry, Commissioner Master. Thank you very much for coming, and I'll be spreading this around. We had the Shriners here last time we were around, and I've got them tomorrow night again at Fairfield, so just book in the second Wednesday of next month, because we might get you again over at Ivalra. But I think this is important. Way throw it in. Black Betty Norman. Or any like to the district or anyone who needs any information, Brother Archie and I are good mates, and I'd just like to point out again, when I went to Altona, I've been a Mason 10 years now, so it must have been 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Brother Archie was master 3 years ago, before COVID.
Yeah, 18, yeah, correct.
Yep. So when Brother Archie joined this lodge in Altona, it was on its legs. It was on its knees, it was going. And about 4 young blokes, over 80 I reckon most of them were, said we'll do it for another couple of years if you get us members. Now I'm not trying to say this is one of the best Filipino lodges I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you, brother.
And I walked out there and I still smoking a cigarette, and I walked out one night and I went there. Usually I'm going like this, but I looked down. And Paul Aquilina's next to me. They were all about the site, and he goes, geez, it's nice to be reversed on, isn't it? And I went, well, it is. And this lodge is going strong, and in the Western District, they're a force. And I think every district in Victoria should get behind this, and I'll be doing my bit, and I think we all should. So thank you very much for coming tonight.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Rico, Archie, and that was very, very enlightening. Our caterer appointment is about 5 minutes away, so rest assured we're going to get some fruits. In the meantime, we may as well do grace now. Should be out of the way, so call
Yes, yes. When his department was still, starting for the lockdown, then we've been in contact. I've been following also our district secretary, and then the most recent one was in the Grand Lodge, the admin. I think the name is Amy. The one in charge of the marketing, magazine. Kelly, I emailed her. Out of the blue, because I was on the website of Grand Lodge. And I saw that if you have any stories